Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-August 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. With all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the remainder of August. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you as well. Let's see here, pulling a summary card to start things off. The card perspective. So this means that your perspective on something has been expanded these last few weeks. You learned something new. You got some information that you didn't have before, Libra. Also, perspective, it goes deeper than what you thought was face value of something. There was more to the story or more to the situation than we initially thought. Again, it's going beyond face value. Let's see though what cards are coming underneath here. So it kind of looks like there's some highs and the lows of feelings. I'm just trying to get you all in the frame to the best of my ability here. Okay, that's a little better. So the first card that we have is the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is a card of what I like to call small bumps in the road. It's a card of challenges, obstacles. Again, these aren't usually huge derailing things, but again, it's not like smooth sailing. So some stuff has happened these last few weeks that was a little bit less than ideal. The next card that we have is the 10 of Cups. For those of you who've watched my readings before, this is my favorite card in the entire deck. It's the card of everything wonderful. We have a nice full rainbow here, a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, there's running water, there's a house in the background. The 10 of Cups is a card of family, contentment, total love, support. It's a real place of true bliss and happiness. And I know contentment doesn't always sound that good, but it really, truly is. So a lot of happiness these last few weeks for you, which is great. And then at the bottom here, we have the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is a card of bully, theft, violence, abusive relationship. Some sort of toxic relationship. I see a relationship that probably was not working out. There was no major blow up or anything here. Just little things that weren't adding up or working out together. The nice thing is there's a lot of other positivity that's happening here. It wasn't all just dependent on this one relationship, Libra. But let's see what we've got going on here. The first card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic, very long-term. I feel like these bumps on the roads were things that had to happen, in order to move forward, in order for things to be long-term. This is also a card of seeking professional help. The King of Swords is the professional. So I don't know, and I'm just throwing a totally random example out there. If you're having car trouble, don't hesitate to go to a mechanic. Or if you haven't been feeling good, don't hesitate to go to a doctor. Again, these little things needed to happen so we could move forward. It's long term wouldn't have worked without these things. But again, the King of Swords is a reminder to seek professional help if needed. The next card that we have is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands, anytime we have an ace card, is a card of newness. The Ace of Wands is new project, inspiration, urge to create. I feel like you have created something new, and that's what's driving this happiness. Maybe there's a new friendship or relationship, a new hobby, possibly you got a new pet. Not sure why that's coming through, but it is. There's something new that's driving this happiness. It could be even new understanding of something. But I like to see this new energy. Like I said, it's pushing a very happy point here. At the bottom here, we have the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. It's very long-term type energy. I think there was hope for this relationship to be long-term, and it just didn't play out that way. Something wasn't quite right there. This can also be a card of retirement or inheritance. Congratulations for you that are retiring. I feel like money could have affected this relationship some way, somehow as well. But let's move in and take a look at our next few weeks going into the remainder of August. We have the card Unity. Unity is about being connected to yourself, being connected with others. One thing to keep in mind though, this is like about reciprocating. So if you want good energy, you need to put good energy out. There's this thing in the world that we refer to as the tipping point, and it's about being at 51% versus 49. So if 51% of your thoughts are positive, you're at this tipping point. Same thing with this, again, putting more good out there than bad, and that in return is what you'll be getting. But focus on unity, putting your best foot forward, giving your best self, and also receiving. Like, don't settle for something that's not best for you either. But let's take a look at what's going on going into the remainder of August. The first card that we have is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. Oftentimes when I see this card, it indicates that there's going to be a really busy month, which obviously then leads to this kind of stress and exhaustion. When I see this card also, it's about meditating, taking time for yourself. You need to put down some of these wands. We can only do so many things at once. So just be cautious and aware of how busy things can be and make sure you're taking care of yourself still. We don't want to get into these low feelings. Again, unity is about putting the best forward. When you're in this position, it's hard to put your best forward. The next card that we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is very reliable, very patient, very hardworking. I feel like you're still going to be getting stuff done. Of course, it's busy, but again, you're staying reliable. You're getting things done, which is good to see with this Knight of Cups. This is also like a card of relationships or proposals. This is kind of like Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in Shining Armor type energy. I do expect some sort of new relationship to be blossoming, whether it's friendship, love interest, could be like even a family member you're reconnecting with. There seems to be a nice new relationship coming in, and it's really very much like that Knight in Shining Armor type energy. The next card that we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime, again, we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. The Ace of Swords is new idea, new mental clarity. I feel like you are getting clarity from this situation, whatever happened with these bumps in the road, the Five of Wands and the Five of Swords. We definitely did get new perspective. We talked about that a little bit earlier with that perspective card at the top. But more clarity seems to be coming in. Let's clarify, though, and see what other messages I can give you here. The first card that we have is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a very fast-paced card. If you look at this, both the horse and rider are moving very quickly here. This indicates a lifestyle change. I like to see this because you're kind of like in a slump here. So it's great to see that we're moving away from this slump, moving away from this stress, exhaustion, putting down some of the wands, not having so many burdens. So it indicates a quick shift in energy. It's going to be busy, but it seems like we're going to start managing different. We're not going to be stressed. We're not going to be exhausted. We're not going to have those low feelings. So that's looking good. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change, news coming in. Again, this new relationship is going to like kind of pop out of nowhere. And again, it could be business, personal, love, friend. But it just comes out of nowhere, and it comes out of nowhere quickly. So I like to see that. Eight of Wands. These are both very speedy cards. I feel like things are happening like lightning fast this month, so be ready for that. Two very, very fast cards side by side there. Then at the bottom here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Lots of ace cards sprinkled in here. You even have an ace on top of an ace. Again, those ace cards being newness. Our Ace of Pentacles, new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. So take a good look at this Ace of Swords opportunity and definitely see, this could be clarity like on what work you want to be doing, and this could be like a job switch. This could be clarity on how to manage money or where to invest money. But this new mental clarity is leading to this new money. So nice pairing and lots of newness, which is always fun. Let's take a look at our next column though, which is anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have. really whatever you associate with money, Libra. The first card we have is the Queen of Pentacles. This is always a goodie to have really anywhere, but it's great to have in the money column. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful, so this is about being smart with your resources, being resourceful with your resources. So be smart with your time, money, energy, you name it. Utilize your resources to the best of your ability. In general, though, this is like telling me like you're making good choices with your money, so I like to see that. The next card that I have is the Strength card. The Strength card is a card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect. I do feel like there needs to be some boundaries set at work. This isn't always necessarily the boundaries card, but going back to unity, like putting your best self forward and receiving your best self back, don't settle for less. So make sure that what's being done is aligned with self-love and self-respect. Like I said, I just feel like there needs to be possibly a little more boundaries there. And then at the bottom here, we have the Queen of Wands. This is a very confident, feisty, self-assured card. This is like, you know how to do it. It's very strong, positive energy. Make sure you go into this next month between setting these boundaries, or excuse me, these next few weeks, setting these boundaries, holding your head high, making sure you're getting the respect that you deserve, make sure things that are serving you, but be that confident, self-assured person. Let's take a look here at our clarifiers. Our first card is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a card of wishes coming true, material abundance, good health. I like to see material abundance, obviously, in this column. We want more money typically, but whatever you want in terms of career development, financial stability, investments, the Nine of Cups is saying you have the ability to make it happen. So continue to be resourceful with your resources and really be focused on what you want, because the Nine of Cups is saying, okay, here, you can have it. You just need to know what you want. So really good card to have. The next card we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is a very long-term card. It's strategic planning. It's forward-focused. You need to set these boundaries now. Otherwise, you kind of are at risk, like, long-term of being kind of trapped in this situation. So just be thoughtful of that. Make sure you're like, I hate to say this because people are always like, that's not my job, and you're not supposed to say it's not your job. Like, make sure you're doing things that are your job, Libra. Be cautious of that. Be thoughtful of that. Set yourself up for future success there. At the bottom here, we have the World card. The World card is a card of completing a goal or lesson. Could also be travel. I do see some of you potentially traveling for work in these upcoming weeks. But this could be an indicator of a project ending and a new one beginning. Anytime we have this World card, there's a new beginning to follow it as well. Now moving on, let's talk about love, anything that you associate with love, family, friends, relationships, children. Let's see what we're working with here. The first card we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a very self-sufficient card. I feel like this next few weeks is going to be a lot of you time, Libra. This is also a card of honesty, though. So if you're in a relationship, friendship, whatever it may be, make sure you're being honest. Like, if you feel a certain way, you need to tell somebody you're feeling a certain way. Always lead with honesty. But again, these feel like a you few weeks. You could be doing stuff for you. You could be doing some you travel. You could be doing some you trips or you activities. But I'm seeing just kind of a lot of you energy here. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is that, again, speed, action, change card. News coming in. You could be finding out something about a relationship or a friendship. I'm going to see if I can hone in on more of this, but it's like you're going to get some piece of information you didn't have before. Then at the bottom here, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a very spiritual, very intuition card. Like when I see this, I know that people have intuition or are psychic. It's that very, very high level of vibration. This is a card of like trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. It's like, you know what's happening, you know the right answer. So don't question your gut in this case. This could be a card of like secrets or mystery though. So again, there's maybe some piece of information that you're missing. And if that's the case, you'll definitely be getting it with the Eight of Wands. So I would assume you're going to be finding out something this month. Let's keep looking though, see what other messages we have here. The first card we have is the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is a card of self-defense, feeling like you have to protect yourself against competition. I feel like instead of like justifying why you're doing something, you're just going to do it with yourself so you don't have to kind of thing. Or it's like the hassle of getting somebody else to commit to doing any of these activities or going on this trip is just too much. Again, this is you doing you. It's not worth the influence or the need for other people. The next card that we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of reflecting on events that have happened. This can also be a card of reunion. So you might get information that somebody's like trying to reconnect with you. There may be some sort of reunion. You may be like finding out why you lost connection in the first place. But I do see this coming through as a reunion. So again, I think there could be news that somebody's trying to reconnect with you, whether it's friend, love interest, a family member potentially. But I do see some reconnection happening there. At the bottom, we have the Queen of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords at the top as well. Honesty, honesty, honesty. Especially through this reunion, if you have one, be very honest in your needs, be honest in the way you feel. But double Queen of Swords in this one column here. Again, I'm seeing a lot of you time, but honesty standing out strong there. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is the messages from our future self or something to carry into the end of the month with us here. But your card is Motion. Motion is a card of movement. It means things are getting moving for you. Action is being taken. This is great to see after like a waiting period. The interesting thing with motion, this is about finding what is going to spur forward the action. So it's like making a decision or making a change that then sets things into motion. But let's see what messages we've got here. The first card we have is the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of trusting your intuition as well. I feel like we just talked about that a lot with the High Priestess at the bottom of our previous column. But this is like possibly a curveball, like something you weren't expecting. This is the curve in the road you didn't see. And this is trusting your intuition to navigate through it. We're going to clarify that, of course. But it's like possibly this curve in the road is what's triggering motion. It's that thing that we didn't expect. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. You did have the Ace of Pentacles earlier. This is that new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. It does seem like there's something new on the horizon that's leading to new money. You might come to it in kind of a roundabout way or a way you didn't expect with the Moon card there. And then at the bottom here we have the Seven of Swords. This is a card with a lot of different meanings, but this like is showing me that you're moving forward, you're moving on. This is you picking up your swords and scooting on to something new. The first card that we have for clarifier is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. Whatever this motion is, this movement forward, this is something that you feel like you're lacking and hence why you're pursuing it. But again, I feel like you're stumbling on this into a very strange way. This is the curve in the road that you didn't see, that's taking you to the next step, taking you future forward. The next card that we have is the Lovers card. Obviously, this is a card of love, partnership, deep love, strength together. There could be a new relationship for some of you with this Ace of Pentacles. But this could also be an indicator. Anytime we have two of something on a card, it indicates a decision. Again, we need to find what triggers the motion here. We need to make the decision, make the change that then is going to take us to this new money. And then at the bottom here, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very curious, very gossipy. I feel like though there's like something you're trying to find out. There's something you're moving forward to. Again, there's something you want that you don't have right now. That's obvious with that Four of Pentacles. But this is like you seeking truth. This is you seeking the next thing, you seeking the thing around the bend. Now at this time, Libra, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to do the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 5 of Clubs. This is number 33 card. This is going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the 10 of clubs. This is number 35 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3 is the 2 of hearts. This is the number 19 card. That's going to be yes. So yes, no, yes for you, Libra. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you throughout the month of August. You have Adventuring, which is good for meditation, introspective. It's going to give you inner and outer peace, and it helps you take the right action at the right time. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. This is just a healing note for you to end on. Your note says, be thankful for all things in your life, for they have opened your eyes to the good things you weren't paying attention to before. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, so please subscribe if you have not already. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Libra, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your August.